Hello, friends, and welcome to the first ever Bible draft. Yes, this is inspired by the fantasy football season. Everybody's selecting their teams, and we thought, why don't we put together a fantasy Bible draft? So I've invited two of my favorite Bible reviewers, Bible experts, also two guys named Tim to join me. So we have Tim Frisch and Tim Nichols. I'm going to say, turn it over to you first, Tim Frisch. How are you doing? What's new in your world? What are you excited about?
Well, I just got back from Kenya, so that's pretty new.
Awesome.
And
had a great trip.
Had a great 3-week trip over there. Not a vacation. I did 14 church services with my pastor friend. We ministered there and preached. Both of us actually spoke in 14 church services in the span of 17 days. So it was really busy, but it was an awesome trip. God used it in a great way in all of our lives. But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited now that God has allowed me to be here with you guys, my friends, and to do this awesome Bible draft.
Awesome. Tim Nichols, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. And while you all were off partying in Italy and doing missions work, I actually had surgery.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I had a hernia and I had to have that repaired.
Okay.
So I was for a couple of weeks. So I've been living off backlog videos for a little while. So it's great to be back in the saddle doing something exciting. Always exciting to be with my Tims, man. This is a great day.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. Bible draft. We have selected 6 different categories. There are 6 different categories of Bible. We have study Bible. We have wide margin Bible. We have single column Bible. We have reference Bibles. That's a Bible that has cross-references in some way, shape, or form. We have a personal-sized Bible, and then there is a 6th category, the wild card category. So it's any Bible you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a wild Bible. It can be just any Bible that you didn't get in one of the other categories. So we're going to do this. I'm going to pick randomly 3 different people to go in order. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to be snake style for those of you who've done fantasy football draft. So in the first round, whoever goes first will go last in the second round and vice versa. And then once we fill up the list, we're going to let you, the viewers, vote on who is the winner of the Bible draft, who put together the best list. You're going to be able to vote here on YouTube in the comments simply by saying who you think won the draft. And we're also going to have a poll on Facebook that we're going to be sharing around on Facebook when the video drops so that you can vote on Facebook as well. So there's 6 categories. We've each put together our lists of favorite Bibles, but inevitably somebody's going to pick a Bible that someone else wanted and things like that. And I am proud to announce that I'm excited to announce that we've decided that whoever wins the Bible draft is going to be able to keep using the name Tim on YouTube, and the other 2 people are going to have to change their name. So there's a lot on. I'm just joking. That's not really something that we agreed to. So here I'm going to
keep Frisch.
That's right.
Well,
I'm going to put it.
Funny thing is, I went by Scott my entire life.
Scott?
Yes, Scott is my middle name. I went by Scott my entire life until I got saved. And when I got saved, on the visitor card, it asked for first name, middle initial, last name. And my pastor kept calling me Tim. And I was like, no, my name is Scott. And he was old and he didn't know. And he just kept calling me Tim. So the whole church was calling me Tim. Then my wife started calling me Tim. And I just gave up. I became Tim.
That's incredible. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, Nichols. Otherwise, you may not be included in these 3 Tim videos, right?
2 Tims and a Scott has no.
You know, it's actually 1 Tim, 1 Scott, and a Richard. My real name is Richard.
That's fine.
Okay, for the record, I'm the real Tim. I actually am Tim.
Will the real Tim stand up? Okay.
You imposters.
I have put an F, an N, and I have put an F, an N, and a W on sheets of paper. I'm going to throw them in a 316 Publishing Bible Armor case. I'm going to shuffle them in there, and I'm going to pick who gets to go first. Are you ready?
Shameless plug.
Going to be Tim.
The first person is a silica packet. Whoops. Okay, number 1 is Frisch, the F. Tim Frisch is going first. Number 2 is Nichols. Tim Nichols. Scott is going second, which leaves me. I can't even find the one with a W on it. There it is.
Well, you don't have to draw it.
I'm going third. Okay. So round one, you don't have to pick in any order. Again, it's study Bible, wide margin, single column, reference Bible, personal size Bible, or a wild card category. The first pick goes to Tim Frisch.
And I am going to pick a reference Bible. I don't know if you could figure out what I'm going to pick for a reference Bible.
That's a good choice.
I'm going to go with the Thompson Chain Reference Bible. And I've got solid reasons for this. I mean, you talk about extensive references. These are chain references with great material in the back. Zondervan took over the printing of these. They have the legacy editions and the new comfort print editions with updated formats. What more could you ask for in various translations? I mean, come on. So
that's great. That was the first one on my list for reference Bible as well. It's just a classic.
I already stole it.
Yeah, you did. You stole it. The first one on my list.
Well, I deserved it. I'm wearing the shirt.
You got the shirt on. You had to go for it. Okay, Nichols, you are up. Round one. What are you going to take?
I guess I'm going to go with reference two, since since Frisch took the good one, which there are several good ones, but I'm going to go with the Keyword Study Bible. It's not quite in that true reference field like the TCR is, but it's really got the business when it comes down to references and commentary and notes and all these different things. So I guess you two may have to vote as to whether or not that one qualifies, because it's probably on the line.
It's called a study Bible. Does it have cross references?
Yes, but it's really not called a reference Bible.
I give it a thumbs up as a reference Bible if it has cross references. What about you, Frisch?
Yeah, I think we can be flexible as long as it fits the functionality of the category.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
So you say, does it come in multiple translations?
It
Nichols?
does. SB 77, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you got the Keyword Study Bible, which means it's my turn.
Yep.
I think you guys missed an opportunity here, because I think that there is one study Bible to rule them all, and I'm taking it in round one, which is the ESV Study Bible. That's number one on my list for study Bibles, and I want it. There's a lot of great study Bibles out there. There's plenty of choices. We could have made a list of 76 Bibles in this category, but to me, that's the one that I always recommend to people. It's really chock full of great study material. It's so well designed. To me, that's the far and away the best, most complete study Bible out there. And so it was definitely high on my list, number one on my list in all Bibles in this draft, but definitely the top of my study Bible list. Did anybody else have that one first?
Excellent choice. Oh, absolutely. That was my first one. Because I knew that was probably the one that, was really going to kind of be known as the classic study Bible that's just impacted so many people and made such inroads in the Bible world. So you're very fortunate to have that one, Wildsmith. Good choice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now it's my turn again, because we're going in the snake style draft. So in round two, it's going to go me and then Nichols and then Frisch. So I've got to think about this for a second. I'm kind of stalling because I'm looking at my list that I've made, which ones we're going to do.
Don't miss your opportunity
exactly.
to go first.
I'm looking at, you guys have both chosen a reference Bible, so I know I need to get a good one in there. There's a lot of good single column options out there. I'm really not sure what to do. I think that I have to go with the Bible that I know a lot of people love, and I think it is the best. I started Bible Review Blog by going on a journey to find the best premium ESV small personal size Bible. And I think the best personal size Bible out there is the personal size Quintel from Schuyler Bibles. So I'm taking the PSQ in my personal size category. Now, I don't think I explained this.
Choice. Yep.
Yes. I don't think I explained this to our viewers at the beginning, but the PSQ comes off the board completely now. So even though it's also a reference Bible, and you guys have already chosen your reference Bible, you can't choose that in another category. Neither of you can choose the PSQ, for example, in your wild card category, because I have taken it off the board. So I'm feeling pretty good. 2 rounds in, I've got the ESV Study Bible and the personal size Quintel. I have a feeling that the viewers right now are going, uh-oh, Richard Wildsmith has a good list going right now.
Should I just start calling you both by your alias, Richard and Scott?
Scott is my middle name, not my first name. So I am a true Tim.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
My middle name.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's
You
amazing.
used to go by the alias, right?
Right.
Okay. So
Wildsmith,
let's go to, what'd you say, Nichols?
I said Wildsmith is the imposter, Tim.
Okay. It's back. Now it's going backwards. It's Nichols. It's back to you for round 2.
All right, round 2, I am going to go ahead and pick my study Bible. And even though the ESV Study Bible is my favorite study Bible, and I believe it's the most renowned study Bible, the most balanced study Bible, I intentionally was going to let one of you all have that one because I'm going after the New King James Cultural Background Study Bible.
I know you love that one.
That I am telling you what, the reason I love this study Bible is because it's so different than anything else. It really takes you back to the times and histories of the people of Israel, the nations that surrounded them, the religious beliefs. It really helps you get a full grasp of what Israel was experiencing in their time, how their religious beliefs were developed in light of the nations they were surrounded by, and how the exclusivity of the worship of Yahweh, or however you want to say the divine name, was so important to God. And I think those are things that you can't grasp. It's not going to have the completeness of an ESV study Bible or any translation study Bible, but in that niche, man, there is nothing better. It's my number 2 study Bible, and I wanted that one, so I knew nobody's going to take it. So there you have it.
That's awesome. That's a great choice. I love that. I love that the cultural context of what's going on when it was written helps us to understand and apply the Bible to our own lives in a totally different cultural context. It's really important to connect those dots. That's a great Bible. All right, Frisch, round 2 ends with you. You get 2 back-to-back picks now. You get a round 2 pick and a round 3 pick right away. So you get 2 in a row.
This is going to keep happening where it kind of flings back and forth. And
yeah, because in round 3 you'll go first, and
Like
that's right.
snake.
It's a snake.
Okay.
It's interesting to use a snake as the draft style for a Bible, but I'm sure they'll let it slide.
We need to come up with a more positive image.
The seraphim actually has its root word in snake.
So this is the Bible draft seraphim style.
Dude, I love it right there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, this is getting weird, actually. Wasn't expecting this stuff to come up. Yeah, back to Bibles. I'm gonna actually shift to the single column.
Here we go.
Category, because I'm afraid you guys are going. Study Bibles are already. You've made your choices. I don't have to worry about that. Single column, I have an opportunity, and I want to pick something that. This is a little bit of a. It's kind of maybe a unfair choice in a way. You'll see why in a second, because it's the Stridon format, right? But you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, we do.
Lockman put out their version of it, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to say the Stridon, but I'm going to say, just so you know, the Stridon's format is also represented by the inexpensive Lockman edition as well. But if you want the high-end treatment, you can get the Schuyler Stridon. And I think you guys agree. I mean, they've really put out something really special with that for a single column format that's in the NASB currently, has good reference system built into it, and is going to be out in other translations in the future. So that's my single column choice. You guys jealous?
Yeah, I like that Bible. The Bible you're referencing from Lockman, they called it the NASB Wide Margin Reference Bible. It was fantastic. They did not have like the red accents on the page, but otherwise the wide margins were a little bit wider. And I think, Tim, did you get Nichols? Did you get a rebind of that done recently?
I did.
Who did it?
Reform and Rebound.
That's right, Jacob. That's really cool. Yeah, that's a great Bible. And like you said, Frisch, the premium version at Schuyler called the Stridon, or the more budget friendly version from Lockman in the NASB 2020. Now, as I think you said this, you cut out a little bit on my end, but they're also getting ready to release the ESV Stridon from Schuyler. So it's going to be multiple translations, a single it actually fits a lot of things in our categories. It's a wide margin, it's a single column, it's a reference Bible. So it does a lot of different things. It's a very versatile Bible.
I know. I probably could have taken out choices that you had in other categories that you were thinking maybe that Bible for the other category. So
I actually had I made a big list, and it was near the top of my wide margin list for sure. Okay, Nichols. Oh no, Frisch, you get to go again. It's the beginning of round 3 now.
All right. Wow. Well, I did the single column. I did the reference Bible. I think it's important I go with a study Bible. I don't know. The other categories, I feel like for me at least, those are going to be tough ones. But the study Bible, you got to make a good showing. And to be honest, there's a lot of study Bibles that seem to me like they do very similar things. So this was really hard. And I'm going to put this out there as one. I'll let you guys decide if I can have it as my study Bible. And if not, I have a backup.
Okay.
It's actually the Filament Bible. I mean, you have to admit, if all that was in the actual bound text, you'd call it a study Bible, but it's the study Bible on your phone or tablet that's linked directly with the edition that you have. So that's why I'm trying to see if I can smuggle it in as my study Bible. I don't know.
For those of you who don't know, Filament is Tyndale's. Almost any Bible that comes out from Tyndale right now, and the NLT and the other translations they do, is Filament enabled. And Filament is this really detailed app that you can put on your phone or your tablet, and you scan the page number in your Bible. It's a normal Bible. You scan the page number and it opens up the app to tons of content from the NLT Study Bible, content from their devotional Bibles, content from videos from the Bible Project. It's like literally chock full of all this stuff. And it's basically by scanning the page, you have access to it in the app. What do you say, Nichols? Are you going to give him are you going to veto it? Are you going to give him the thumbs down?
I'm going to count it because I think he's going to lose on this one.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because
well, let me
vote. We have a vote.
Oh, we have to vote. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing strategy.
You guys are going to vote against me, or you're saying the audience?
The audience.
He's audience.
Okay, well, let me just make a pitch quickly here for it.
Yes.
Wildsmith, you did a great job explaining because I failed to, but I'll add to that I think it's the future. You know, when you think about the opportunities there are today with having these with us, do you want to carry these huge study Bibles around that they're talking about? These two guys here who have these big study Bibles, I mean, look at them. When you could just have all of that at your fingertips with videos included. Come on. Now that is a special study Bible.
Good sales pitch. At the end, we're going to do that. We're going to all take our whole list and we're going to try to pitch our viewers on why our collective list of Bibles is the best list. I think that's good. But yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up too. So Frisch gets the Filament Bible collection for his study Bible
collection.
I love this lectioneering we're getting to do here. This is exciting.
Okay, it's now middle of round 3. We're going to Tim Nichols. So far, he's chosen the NKJV Cultural Background Study Bible for Study Bible and the Keyword Study Bible, which has cross-references in his Reference Bible category. What are you going to go with next, Tim Nichols?
Well, right now I'm writing my choices down because you made it sound like I'm going to have to remember. And that's mine. So we're going to, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take my single column choice.
Ooh.
And this, oh my goodness. Thank God my other single column is available in another category, and I can also choose it in my wild card. I'm feeling pretty safe about this. So that kind of makes me want to lean toward, oh man, the ESV Legacy.
Ooh.
ESV Legacy as a single column Bible really has that reader's effect because it has the subtitles out in the outer margin. And it's an uninterrupted reading experience. It's not a very good preaching Bible, but it does have bold enough verses that if you were to preach from it, it wouldn't really be that much of a problem. It's just really got the gamut. It's not got a lot in the area of references. It does have some notes in the bottom. The font is kind of small on those, so it does have some setbacks. But the ESV Legacy, is, man, that thing is on point. It is a beautiful Bible. I have 3 copies of that thing. I love it so much.
That's a solid option. ESV Legacy Bible was one of the first like premium Bibles that I got, and it was just so different. The way they designed that, it's just a very, very, very unique single column Bible. I like that. That's a good choice. Okay, it comes to me. Now I'm the person who gets to do 2 in a row. So 3rd round and then 4th round. I've got the ESV Study Bible and the PSQ. ESV Study Bible and Study Bible category, the personal size quintel and personal size Bibles. I'm looking at my list, trying to figure out what I'm going to go with next. I am, oh man, this is tough. This is tough. Oh gosh, that's really tough. I think my favorite single column Bible is the Tyndale Select, the NLT Tyndale Select, aka kind of like Frisch said earlier, the Schuyler Caxton. Beautiful single column Bibles. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the Tyndale Select. I love single column with the references out in the margins. I love the lexicon typeface. It's very similar to the this video is going to come out after I've actually done a video where my wife's favorite Bible is the Caxton that she has, and I had Daniel at Logos do a copy of that in the NIV with the Clarion by Cambridge, which is very similar. It's the single column, references in the margin, lexicon typeface. It's very similar to the Caxton, but it's a little bit shorter. And even though it comes in a lot more translations, the Clarion, I really like the height of the page on this NLT Select / Caxton. I just think that's a really incredible single column Bible. I'm sad now it's out of print. They do not make those Bibles anymore. And I have told my friends at Tyndale that I would love for them to bring that Bible back. But it's a great, great, great premium, high quality single column Bible. I will say this. The original Filament Bible, so which technically Tim has in his study Bible, the original Filament Bible was a single column. It's the same exact typesetting as the Tyndale Select. It just doesn't have cross references. So
you just sold them on my study Bible too. You can get 2 for 2 in 1.
It's true. It's true. So, okay. So single column, I'm taking the Select. I'm surprised neither of you took that Bible in single column, but you both took really good ones. So it's round 4 now. Let's do a halfway point. So we're halfway through the Bible draft. It is Frisch. You have the Filament Bible, study Bible app thing as your study Bible. You've got the NASB wide margin reference edition / the Schuyler Stridon as your single column. And you've got the Thompson Chain Reference Bible as your reference Bible. Nichols, you have chosen the exact same 3 categories so far. You have the NKJV Cultural Background Study Bible in the study category. You've got the ESV Legacy in the single column category. And you've got the Keyword Study Bible in the reference category. I also have taken study and single column, but I went with personal size instead of reference. So I've got the ESV Study Bible, the NLT Select / Schuyler Caxton for single column, and I've got the PSQ for personal size. Whew, that was a lot. These are good lists so far, my friends. Okay, so round 4, going back the other way, I get to start. I need to pick between wild card, reference Bible, and wide margin. You guys have both taken reference Bibles already. Wide margin, no one's taken anything yet. Ooh, well, Tim took my NASB 2020 wide margin off the table, which I had going for me. I'm trying to think. What should I pick? I'm going to go with, I think Nichols told me this recently. I really like last year's NKJV single column wide margin Bible that has the cross references on the inside margin of the page. And I think, Nichols, you told me that Bible is now out of print. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well,
not out of stock.
Not out of stock. It's still available to be purchased, but they're not making it anymore.
Correct.
Do you know why that is?
I'm assuming just poor sales.
Well, that's stupid because it's a great Bible.
Right.
I love that Bible. I think it looks beautiful. I'm going to do some editing after this and throw some pictures in so people can see them, but I'll throw a picture in of this Bible so you can see what it looks like. I thought it was beautifully done. I had a rebind done by Adrian at AE Bibles, and I gave that to my mom as a gift, and she loves that Bible. So my mom uses that Bible on a regular basis, but the NKJV single column wide margin, it's just an incredible Bible, and I think it's beautiful. So hopefully this video will tick the sales up a little bit because it's a great Bible. I know Nichols, you love it. Frisch, are you familiar with that Bible?
I might have seen it, but I'm not really that familiar with it.
Gotcha. He might be just really playing it down that I got a really great choice.
Well, I gave mine to a friend, and then I just bought another one. That's how much I like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep telling the audience how much you like my choices.
Well, it's not going to be in my 6, but I do like it.
Okay. Round 4, back to Nichols. You have wide margin, personal size, and wild card remaining.
I am going to go ahead and take my wild card since I already took my reference Bible, because it is no secret which reference Bible is my favorite. I took the Keyword Study Bible just because of its unique features. It gives you more than just references. It gives you all sorts of other options that the Thompson Chain Reference Bible just simply cannot compete with. And a little blow to Wildsmith's chances here, because we're also electioneering trying to win this thing. I am going to take my baby, my darling, just the best Bible ever made. And that is the NKJV Thin Line McLaren, which also includes the regular NKJV Thin Line. It's got the references on the bottom. It's got double column. If you get the right one, the words of Christ are either in blue or black. If you get the original black goat skin or original brown goat skin, the words of Christ are in black. If you want the words of Christ in red, you can get the green goat skin, or you can get the economy versions. The reason this thing is so amazing, the reason this Bible is so awesome, is because you can get it for as cheap as like $30 if you go with the leather soft.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that with some of these other high-end Bibles. So you can get the best of the best 36 GSM paper, line match, virtually no ghosting. This thing is the winner. This is like the Tom Brady of Bibles.
This is the blue edition that I have. Nichols was there with me when I first saw this Bible at Philip Nation, who's the Bible publisher for Thomas Nelson. We were at his house having a visit, and I saw this on his shelf, and I lost my mind, and it's incredible. So this is the NKJV large print thin line, also known as, when they did it with the teal accents, it's called the McLaren series, but hands down the best. You win as far as NKJV Bibles go, because it's my favorite NKJV Bible as well. It's just an incredible full-size reference Bible, but also thin line, nice readable typeface. And they make it in so many, like you said, so many different options. And that McLaren with the leather soft is a fantastic Bible for the money. Like, it's incredible.
And the offered edges. And the reason I call this the Tom Brady is because I can't believe this thing survived this late in the draft. I took a huge gamble taking that Keyword Study Bible, because I was like, if one of these guys picks my reference Bible and takes it off the table, that's going to be bad for me. But my strategy worked.
All right. The end of round 4 goes back to you, Tim Frisch.
All right. So I'm going to go with a wide margin Bible. I don't think I've picked that yet.
Yep.
And, I feel like wide margins are not my thing really, but I've seen some other reviewers who really are into wide margins, and I think this is how I'm going to make my case. Because if you look at the power users of the wide margins, you can tell which ones really at the end of the day are classic, the best. And it's a toss-up, and I'm not going to say the second one because I don't want to give you hints, but I'll go with the Cambridge wide margin. It's classic. I even think the pagination maybe correlates with
the same.
Some of their smaller Bibles. Yeah,
it's the same. So, it's the same as the Pit Minion and the Diadem.
What? Well, there you go. So now you have a family of Bibles that you can use with this wide margin. They lay really flat from what I've heard, which is key. What do you want in a wide margin? Something that's nice and flat, easy to write in. And they have the references in the center column, margins all around, I believe, good margin space. And it's Cambridge. We need Cambridge represented here. So I think that's my choice. Yeah.
Solid pick. Shout out to Matthew Everhard and our other Bible buddies out there. Maybe next time they can join us for the Bible draft. Maybe we can include some more people, but I know it's actually called the Aquila now, the Cambridge Aquila. They like rebranded the wide margin, I think. But I used an older version of their wide margin for my read through the Bible last year with the NRSV. Really you're right. It lays really, really flat. And I did a review. I'm not sure if you guys did last year. They released a budget-friendly version of this Bible in the NIV. It was called the NIV Insight wide margin. It's only available in the US, but it's like, I think it's like $30 or $40. And the paper on the inside is fantastic. Like it's a hardcover Bible, but it's a very nice, affordable version of that Bible. And you don't have to pay, $200+ for it.
And that's Cambridge?
Yeah, it's the Cambridge NIV Insight. It was like a limited thing.
You're selling my Bibles. You're really selling people on.
You're making some good choices here, my friend. So you got the Cambridge wide margin. And now we're going back to you, my friend. It's round 5. So it's back to Tim Frisch. You have personal size and wild card remaining.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with personal size because that's more likely where, we would overlap. Although the one I'm thinking for my personal size, I'm not even sure. It's not called personal size, but I think it is. So I'll let you guys decide if it doesn't count. But the reason I want to go with this one, even though I agree the PSQ is awesome, and that was going to be my first choice because I think it's classic. But you know what? Ironically, my second choice is a Schuyler. It's the Traveris. So that is, not a big Bible. I consider that more of a personal size. Is that acceptable?
What do you think, Nichols?
Is that pushing it?
I'm on the fence too.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we were doing this live, we could ask the people.
You would throw it out. Yeah, that's true.
We could ask the people what they wanted. I think of the Traveris as like I have one right here.
Yeah, I've got one too. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, if you called the Traveris the CSB single column personal size Bible, do you have that?
I don't have one.
Because that's called personal size.
And it's the same
size. Because it's a 10-point font. Oh, do you have both, Nichols?
Two.
Are you going to put that graphic up?
Let's do a public service announcement right now that Bible publishers need to come up with a standard for what personal size is, because a lot of them use the words personal size on Bibles that are not personal size Bibles.
I think I might be able to pull this off. He's got them both.
He's measuring them.
Look at this. It's personal size.
It says Jesus saves bro.
If this is a personal size, then this is a personal size too. So we got to give it to him by basic measurements.
Okay.
Thank you, Holman. You actually allowed me to make my case for the Traveris being a personal size Bible. And why I'm glad I could include that is because I know I'm smuggling in some really unusual things, but that's part of what I wanted to do. Yeah. I want my team to be diverse. I don't want a team that's so similar. Everybody's the same. Oh, yeah. And so, if you put this package together, if you get all my Bibles, you're going to have variety there. The Traveris is unique. It's got the verse numbers way on the side. And so it's meant to be mainly a reader Bible. And it is, as we proved today, personal size. So that's another wonderful thing about the Traveris.
It's a big victory for you. I was getting ready to give the thumbs down from Caesar over here, but
quick thinking on my part. I remembered the CSB personal size.
That was some math work there by the Frischman there.
Like I was saying, the Bible publishers, they need to get together and decide what personal size is. Maybe that's what this video is all about.
Right.
What is an actual personal size Bible? Okay. Round 5 to Nichols, you have wide margin and personal size remaining, the two opposite ends of the spectrum, so to speak, in the world of Bibles.
Yeah,
what are you gonna go with?
This is where it gets tough. Both of my personal size options are still on the table. And I'm really wrestling with it. And I'll tell you what I'm wrestling with, because it doesn't matter, because once I get to pick, I pick, and you often have whatever's left. It's between the Heritage from Crossway and the one that Frisch just mentioned, the CSB personal size. And the reason I go with the CSB personal size is because it has personal size in its name. So another reason I'm going to go with personal size, shameless plug for ICA Bibles. You can get this thing rebound, but the thing is, these things are inexpensive. Even if you get the saddle leather, they're under $50 for these things. So just about anybody can afford them. See, I am the people's drafter here. I'm drafting for the people. I'm going for the common man, the hardworking man, the man that works the 9 to 5, that can't afford these big Skylers and all this other stuff. You know, I'm the guy that's on your side.
He says I'm the guy for the working from 9 to 5 as he holds up a custom Bible rebind.
Hey,
I hate to be mean here, but don't they call that a poverty franchise?
But anyhow, since we're on my pick, and I'm still on the clock here, the CSB personal size, here's the reason that I love this thing. Number one, as Frisch mentioned, it's a true large print. It's a 10-point font. And what I think it does better than the Traveris is that it gives you that larger font, and it's a paragraph format. So it still has some of the advantage of the Traveris. It has a little bit of a margin on here. This, in my mind, it's got great paper. This, in my mind, is the best personal size Bible made. Holman really knocked it out of the park. And when Frisch mentioned it, that's when I was like, let him have the Traveris, let him have the Traveris, because I was afraid he was going to pick mine. So that was somewhat of a concession. And plus, he had a point. They are the same size. But that's my pick.
That would have been pretty bad if you rejected the Traveris and then immediately after you picked the same size Bible.
Yeah.
That's the CSB. Is it the single column personal size?
Yes.
It's got the single column. Yeah, that's a great Bible.
Yes.
That is a great Bible. Well, okay. I've got 2 more picks, and I get 2 picks in a row because it's the end of round 5 and the beginning of round 6. We're winding this thing down. I've got reference Bible and wild card, and I'm trying to think of what I should go with. I'm looking at my wild card list, and okay. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to go reference Bible. Reference Bible, I'm going to go with the greatest King James Bible that has ever existed. It is the KJV long primer from R.L. Allen in the reference Bible category. A classic vintage typeface. As far as I'm concerned, if it's an R.L. Allen Bible, that is their flagship model. It's beautiful. And I've done a couple of KJV comparison videos, and to me, it still kind of sings the best. It's one of the best ones out there. So I'm going with the KJV. And then last but not least, my wild card is the Bibliotheca 5-volume Bible set. Raised $1.4 million on Kickstarter when it was announced in 2014. My friend Adam Lewis Green, we did not have readers' Bibles in one of our categories, but this thing right here created the readers' Bible phenomenon that we've seen over the last decade. It's one of the most unique, beautiful editions of the Bible ever done, and it really kind of set the tone for that. So I didn't have a perfect spot for it, but it was at the top of my list for something unique in the wild card category. So round 5, I got the KJV long primer. Round 6, I'm taking the Bibliotheca in wild card.
Very good choice. And that's really, really fitting for you, because I know that Bibliotheca Bible set is one that your channel really, it really hit home to your audience and really even brought a lot of people to your channel. So
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Nichols, you have to pick a wide margin Bible now.
This one was really difficult for me too, because like Frisch, I'm not a wide margin guy, but if they're both of mine are on the table, actually 3 of mine are on the table. The CSB single column wide margin is still on the table. And then we have the CSB verse by verse double column wide margin, which is still on the table.
That's a great Bible.
But I am going to pick the NKJV Sovereign wide margin. I know all the controversy that the Sovereign kind of fired off in the beginning, but when you think about affordability with the extra bells and whistles, the red drop caps, the red accents, and all the things that you normally have to pay some money for. You know, you have to graduate up to a Humble Lamb, you have to graduate up to a Schuyler or something like that, to where this really gives you those nice options. Now, I almost went with the KJV wide margin Sovereign because it has the 2 column, 1 column thing, but the NKJV is double column. But I'm gonna be okay on that verse by verse layout. I'd prefer a paragraph. So I'm not really selling my wide margin very good, but when you consider that it has, I'm really thinking of other people than I am myself, because I don't care for wide margins that much. But you got the red drop caps, you got the words of Christ in red that are really sharp, you have the red accents, you have the bottom references, you have the double column, and you still get that 9.5 point font. So it's in that large print family. And that's why I went with that one.
Awesome.
I'm pretty happy with my team. I think I killed this.
Let's let Frisch pick his last Bible, and then we'll do a recap and tell people how they can vote. So Frisch, you got a wild card. You can pick any Bible you want, as long as it's not one that we've already chosen.
I'm going to pick the LSB.
Ooh.
And the specific edition is, I think, it's a special Bible because if you look at David Lee Brown, he has a great channel, talks about Bibles. He loves the NASB historically, and now he uses the LSB. And if you watch him talk about the double column, the 2 column, now he has the goatskin edition. So just so everyone knows, my Bibles are not all expensive. I know Nichols tried to say that, but that's not true. I have variety on my list, and you can get this in goatskin, and it's gorgeous. But even the imitation leather has great paper. And this is that Goldilocks size Bible with still 10-point font, and it is nice.
Yeah.
And it's most of my picks have been available in a variety of translations. But for all the Bible nerds out there who want something nice and literal, come on. And everybody can use at least one literal translation on their team. So that's my wild card.
Wow. That's a good one. I just did a review of when they watch this, I will have just done a review of the giant print reference Bible. And I said one of the same things about 316 and Steadfast is that whether you get the most premium edition or the budget-friendly hardcover edition, the inside of the Bible is the same great paper, same great typesetting. Like they're giving you a lot of bang for your buck in those more affordable Bibles in their line. Okay, we are shutting the draft down. We have each chosen in our categories. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to announce each category, which Bibles we got. And then I'm going to turn it over to each one of you, and you're going to get to just give one final plea to our viewers about why you think you came up with the best list, and then we'll give them some instructions on how to vote. So I'm going to go category by category, so you can kind of think about who won out in each individual category. So for study Bible, Tim Frisch went with the NLT Tyndale Filament collection of Bibles, where you get the study Bible material on the app. Very interesting choice. Tim Nichols went with the NKJV Cultural Background Study Bible. That's from Thomas Nelson, right, Nichols?
That is actually from Zondervan.
Oh, Zondervan. So that's from NKJV Cultural Background Study Bible from Zondervan. And I'm not gonna sway anybody as I read these off. Tim Wildsmith went with the ESV Study Bible, the best-selling ESV Study Bible. Okay, wide margin category. Tim Frisch got the Cambridge wide margin. Tim Nichols got the NKJV Sovereign wide margin, which is from Thomas Nelson. I also got a Thomas Nelson wide margin. I went with the single column NKJV wide margin from Thomas Nelson. In the single column category, Tim Frisch went with the Schuyler Stridon, aka the Lockman Wide Margin Reference Bible. Tim Nichols went with the ESV Legacy. So two Bibles that are totally different from one another. One has all the references and everything. One has very little of that. And I went with the NLT Select / the Schuyler Caxton. So that's the single column category. In the reference Bible category, Tim Frisch got the Thompson Chain Reference Bible. Tim Nichols got the Keyword Study Bible, which does have references. And I, Tim Wildsmith, got the R.L. Allen KJV 53 Long Primer. In the personal size category, air quotes, Tim Frisch got the Traveris. Tim Nichols got the CSB single column personal size. By the way, the Traveris currently comes in ESV, KJV, and I think they've announced it in a third translation, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Nichols got the CSB single column personal size, and I got the personal size Quintel from Schuyler. And last but not least, in the wild card category, Frisch got the LSB 2-column verse-by-verse Bible. Nichols got the NKJV large print thin line, aka the McLaren. And I got the 5-volume Bibliotheca readers set. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Tim Frisch first. You get to make a plea to the audience why you think you came up with the best list.
Because all my Bibles are awesome. It's that simple. I mean, come on. They sell themselves. The study Bible it's so innovative. Look at these other guys' study Bibles. They, old hat, been there, done that. And you have to lug them around. The Filament app
In your phone.
You could just have that study Bible with you anywhere. You carry a small filament. And remember, Wildsmith said that even that Tyndale Select beautiful Bible, the first filament Bible that they did was that style, at least. Granted, not as high quality as the Tyndale Select, but still, you have a replica of the Tyndale Select in a study Bible or a study Bible materials connected with it.
Love it.
So that's my study Bible. Then you got, for the wide margin, Cambridge. Just if Pastor Matthew, Dr. Matthew Everhard were here with us, if the legendary YouTuber
Jason,
and I'm blanking on his name, Jason Mayfield.
Yeah.
If these two guys were sitting here with me, what would they be telling you? They'd be telling you need the Cambridge wide margin. And that there's a reason that those two guys have used that Bible so extensively. Even Wildsmith used one on his channel. So there you go. Then the single column, the Stridon. And if you're like, well, I can't afford, I love the Stridon, but I need something more affordable, get the Lockman version of that. But the Stridon is going to come out in different translations. So you have different translations for a single column format with references. And then you have, for a reference Bible, I don't have to say a lot about this, the Thompson Chain Reference Bible.
It's got its own T-shirt.
That says something.
The first pick and taking that off the table, that was huge.
Okay, and now even my opponents are concurring with me. Yeah. How good of a pick that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Thompson Chain, and then that's my reference, my personal size, which I was able to, get this as a personal size, the Traveris. And remember, there's variety there. Variety of, compared to the other translations I have, the Traveris allows you to have a reader, a really nice reader, and you have a variety of translations to choose from for the Traveris. And remember what I'm saying here, because some of these others, and you'll hear it, some of them, they're only available in one translation. Whereas a lot of my Bibles, I'm telling you, even that Thompson Chain, you can get them in different translations. So my final one, though, is the one translation, but it is a special one. It is a new one, and it is making waves. It is the LSB 2-column verse-by-verse Bible. This format is fantastic. And again, You can get a high-end version, or you can get still a really good quality, but very affordable imitation leather version with beautiful paper. So you have variety of translations, variety of styles, and a variety of levels of cost. That's what my list is composed of. You can't ask for more than that.
That was compelling.
Was that written down?
That was
I might have been thinking about it as we went along.
All right, Nichols, your turn. You get to defend your list.
Well, my list is self-explanatory. Number one, I provided 2 study Bibles on my list. And with those 2 study Bibles, you get the gamut. You get the references. You get the keyword study Bible with the Strong's Concordance built inside of it.
Wow.
You don't even have to. Yes, you have to lug it around, but how are you going to develop these with a wimpy little dinky telephone app? All right. Do you want to live a long time and be in good shape the entire time? Then you get these study Bibles and you carry them around like a man. All right. So with that said, that's number one. All right, I got you 2 study Bibles out of this thing. The cultural background study Bible, which really gives you the gamut on taking you back in time. It's like getting in a time machine, y'all. You don't even need Michael J. Fox's Life Preserver. All right, you just pick up this Bible and you're set. Then with the keyword study Bible, like I said, it includes the Strong's Concordance. It gives you the Greek and Hebrew definitions all in a single Bible. The personal size, I mean, I hit it out of the park on personal size. This is the best personal size Bible in existence because it comes with a full 10-point font, large print, amazing. The ESV Legacy, come on, man. The ESV Legacy with the reader format, it still has your subtitles on the side. It's got your paragraph format, deep, dark verses. It still has your translator notes so you can know what the translators were thinking in the midst of this process. And my wild card, my Tom Brady, my late in the draft pick that I couldn't believe was still there, the NKJV McLaren thin line with the goffered edges, the words of Christ in blue accents, no contest. And did I leave anything off the table? Oh, the NKJV sovereign wide margin. The reason I picked that last is just because I'm not a wide margin guy, but if you're going to get a wide margin, why not have some drop caps? Why not have wide margins all the way around? And why have a dinky little like 8-point font like Frisch picked out when you can have a 9.5 whopping font in the NKJV comfort print, the best comfort print font in existence? Man, I won this thing, y'all.
Wow. Impressive. Good job, Scott. Okay. It's my turn.
Richard.
On to Richard.
Richard's turn. I'm going to start by just giving some love to my competitors. I see a handful of Bibles, Frisch, the filament thing was a good call on the study Bible with the filament. The TCR, the Thompson Chain Reference, that's a classic. Obviously, that's a great one. The LSB 2-column verse by verse. I agree with you. That is a great new Bible from Steadfast. So those 3 Bibles right there, great choices, in my opinion. Nichols, that NKJV large print McLaren vibe, that's one of my favorite Bibles right now. It made my top 5 list when I released that earlier this year. I definitely love that Bible. The ESV Legacy, like you said, is a really, really beautiful edition of the Bible that I think is very, very unique. And that cultural background study Bible is a really cool way to study Bible. So there's 3 from your list. So right there, 3 from Frisch's list and 3 from Nichols' list that I really like. The problem is that that's only 6 combined from those 2 guys, but I give you 6 incredible Bibles alone just on my list. They both got 3 good ones, but I got 6 good ones. Let's be honest. I got 6 fantastic Bibles. I got the ESV Study Bible, one of the greatest selling Bibles of all time. It's the number 1 and no contest. I mean, there's no argument that the ESV Study Bible is the number 1 study Bible. I got the NKJV single column wide margin. I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you guys. That's probably the weakest selection that I made in today's draft, but it's okay. It's still a great Bible. It's beautiful. It's got the inside column references. It's got the single column. It looks great.
Not even line matched, y'all. It's not even line matched.
Says the guy who just bought an extra copy for himself. I got the NLT Select / Caxton, the beautiful single column. It's my wife's favorite Bible, so I had to go with that because I love my wife. Neither of these guys have talked about how much they love their wives, have they? So then I got the KJV Long Primer, the 53 Allen Long Primer, the greatest King James Bible ever to exist. I got in the personal size category, I got the only actual personal size Bible, and it's the best one ever made, the PSQ, because the Traveris and the CSB single column, even though it's called the personal size, are actually mid-size Bibles. but I got the personal size Quintel, the best PSQ. And then I got the beautiful Bibliotheca set, one of the most unique wildcard Bibles ever created. That's why my list is the best. We're having a lot of fun here. This was, I say that in jest, this was an absolute blast to do this with you guys. And now we're turning it to you, the viewers. You get to vote on who you think got the best list. You can simply leave a comment on this video and say Frisch, Nichols, Wildsmith, whoever you think won. You can leave that in the comments. Tell us whose list you preferred. Make sure you put your vote in there because I'm going to tally them up. I'm also going to put a post on Facebook. I'm sure these guys will share it, where there's going to be a poll where you can vote on who had the best list on Facebook. We'll be sharing that in the Facebook groups and things like that. So you can watch the video and then vote on Facebook as well. And I will come up, if the winner is not me, I will come up with some sort of championship belt or some sort of prize for one of these two other guys, or maybe even for myself. We'll have like a winner. And listen, if you enjoyed this, if you thought this was a lot of fun, let us know that in the comments as well. And we'll do it again next year. We'll rerun it. We'll come up with some different ideas, that sort of thing. I thought about it while we were doing this. It would be fun if we did a translation draft. So we had like 6 or 7 different translations, and we had to pick a Bible in each translation, any type of Bible, as long as it's that translation. That would be fun as well. So any parting words from you, Tim Frisch?
Thank you so much, Wildsmith, for this awesome idea that you had, and inviting me and Nichols to be a part of this, because you guys are fun to hang out with no matter what. But doing something like this, where we could really just have fun and even kind of make our case, this was a blast. And thank you to your audience for watching and voting for me.
Tim Frisch, any last words? Tim Nichols, sorry.
You want me to go again?
No.
Well, first of all, I don't think you should be able to electioneer after the draft is closed. But with that said, man, you dudes are my friends. And I really appreciate you all. This is more than just a collab that I do with 2 guys named Tim, but you all have really become personal friends to me. And I really, really appreciate you all. And I thank you all.
Thanks, Nichols.
Amen.
I want to encourage everybody. I'm going to put links in the video description to these guys' channels. If you are not already subscribed to them, please go subscribe to their channels, watch their content, check that out. We don't do this because we're making lots of money and we're getting a bunch of free Bibles. We do this because we love sharing this stuff with the community out there. And so we appreciate all of your love and your encouragement, when you watch our videos, when you follow our channels, subscribe on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So we appreciate you so much. This was a fun time. Thank you both for joining me, and thank all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.